Many children with developmental challenges exhibit what are called fragmented patterns, meaning that they're not able to sustain a shared attention and engagement for any significant period of time. What we look at is how a child is interacting with people and their environment. And the most important part of the environment are the people in it. Because remember, we are meant to be the toy or the focal point, whereas the toys are simply tools we're going to use to play games, create interest, and sustain the engagement and shared attention. In doing that, though, we need to make sure that we are meeting the child at their level and that the environment is set up in a way that is conducive to the child focusing on and truly engaging with the people around them. If there's dozens of small toys around, it's very easy for the child to be distracted and move from toy to toy to toy to toy. In addition, if the child has difficulties in planning and organizing their communication patterns and behavior where they don't know what to do next, they might have an interest in a toy or they might be interested in a person, they go up to them, but now they don't know what to do next. That is a planning and problem-solving communication challenge, meaning that we need to be there to help scaffold that without directly teaching them. So when you see these fragmented interactive patterns where the child is with you for a moment and then off onto something else, or they're playing for a moment and then moving on to the next thing, we need to be more actively involved in figuring out where that fragmentation is coming from and thus what can we do about the fragmentation. Oftentimes it can be as simple as slowing things down. So when you're going in for the tickle or you're going to reach in for your child's toy and play a little game, now you're going in slowly versus going in quickly. These small changes mean that the child is now paying attention and sustaining their engagement longer and longer and longer while you're actively participating with them. The attention that they're developing is now called shared attention, and they're truly engaged with you and not the toy. That is the best way to sustain these abilities, or capacities as we call them, within the Greenspan Floortime sessions. When we are doing this, it's very important that our affect, the tonality of our voice, the speed with which we're talking, and the movements that we're producing are all meant to sustain the child's focus and attention on us, the most important part of the play schematic. Because remember, this is a social-emotional curriculum for children with social-emotional challenges. It is not about the toy. It is not about teaching them to play. Instead, it's about encouraging them and supporting them and nurturing them to interact and communicate with us.